Nick speaking, and welcome to this live stream. And if you're new to the channel and you want to learn about Necrons and more, then please subscribe and hit the bell button to turn on all notifications so you don't miss an upload. Right, welcome to this rather special live stream on a Necron Monday. And wow, what a Necron Monday it has been. I really hope you've enjoyed all of the Necron videos. 5 videos today plus this stream. However, it's been very hectic here and my head has literally exploded. It's been crazy. So what I want to do today is have a chat about what's happened to me the last 3 days and also have a closer look at the sharp image that we've got and just have basically cover stuff which I haven't covered in the 5 videos which have just been announced. First of all though, hello to everyone in the chat box and watching. We've got Nirvana Productions, hello there. And if you didn't know, Nirvana Productions is the guy that did my Necron songs, 2 songs, the Christmas song and the normal one. So check his channel out. We've got Super Scrawn Jun, which has just faded away. He says, hi Nick, hi everyone. Okay, so what's happened to me? Well, obviously on Saturday I did the live stream covering the previews and that was awesome. So much fun. I really enjoyed it. I had a slight technical hitch just when the Silent King was being released. So I was actually messing around with my internet and phone whilst the trailer was happening. So I quickly rewatched it and then obviously went live and finished the stream. Now, one reason why my internet went down is because basically my phone was on fire. Everyone was showing me, sending me pictures of these leaked images of all these blurry Necrons during the stream, which was, yeah, fun. And of course, after the stream, I was inundated with all of this new stuff and my head was exploding. It's like, okay, I've just streamed the Necron release, but there's so much more. How am I going to cover this on my channel? And I decided to just collect all of the information that was happening and dedicate the Sunday to making a couple of videos. So that's what I did. So I woke up early on Sunday morning at 6:20 and I spent 3 hours basically getting all the images ready and doing the thumbnails and the metadata, which is basically the titles, the descriptions and the tags, working out which videos I wanted. So that took me 3 hours and I concluded I wanted to make 5 videos, which you've seen them all. And then I set about making them. So it took me another 9 hours to make them. So I was just editing the last video at about 6 o'clock and then my phone went crazy again with sharp images, the leaked images from Games Workshop of everything which I just covered in the videos. So I spent another 5 hours re-editing all of the videos which I'd already done and just amending them. It was too much time to voice over the images, so I just sort of tried to make them make sense as much as I could. Anyway, I hope they did make sense to you in the end. So that was my day, and I eventually finished at 11:20, went to bed. I was on my phone catching up with all of the Facebook messages and the comments that I'd missed during the day because I was recording the videos, and got to sleep about 1 o'clock. And yeah, at 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke up because I was dreaming of Necrons, and I was dreaming of brand new Necron models, but not the ones in the pictures. These were models from my head. Sadly, I can't remember what they looked like. But anyway, I woke up at 4 o'clock. I did get back to sleep again, but only until 5:45. So I got up at 5:45 this morning and prepared for today. And today's been a crazy day as well with all the comments and stuff, but it's been a lot of fun. So like I said, I hope you've enjoyed them. Right, let's have a quick look at the chat box. Necrons, I can't wait to get my hands on them. Me too. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's be honest, it's not hard to design Necrons better than in 8th edition. Possibly, some would say so. Now, I have made some little notes. I'm just going to check I've covered what I wanted to say in this section. So let's have a quick look. Blah, blah. Yes, that's everything covered there. Okay, so the other thing that I want to do is have a closer look at this. Now, official image from Games Workshop. And I want to just scroll in, have a look at everything, because to be honest with you, where I've just been so busy, I haven't really had a chance to have a really good look at it. So I thought I would do that in this video, explain why some of my previous videos were maybe a little bit out of sync to what we've seen, and just, yeah, have a chat about it. Hello, G the Hyper Spain. Hi, Nick. Okay, so let's turn the camera around. Necrons. Right, so this is the image, and like I said, I'm going to scroll in and go over each section. Now, there's a few interesting things which I've not talked about in the video, and actually there are a couple of them I've not seen anyone else talk about either. So let's start up over in the left-hand corner, where we've obviously got a Doom Scythe, and that's just a normal Doom Scythe. Absolutely nothing there that's new. Okay, coming down, we're going to look at this one here on the left. What is that? Games Workshop said. Wow. So yeah, in my video I said it looks very similar to one of those Blackstone Fortress things, and this guy seems to have a lot of guns. So he's got some small guns here, looks like 2 Gauss guns, and then of course this big gun on the top, which although looks like the Doomsday Ark gun, I don't think it is. I think it might be the gun very similar to you see on one of the Forge World models. I think is it the Pylon? Anyway, I don't think it is a Doomsday Ark gun, but it's obviously going to be an anti-tank gun. Now, the cynical in me would be saying, oh, well, they've brought out this unit because obviously everyone's got Doomsday Arks and they want to sell a new unit with a big gun. That is probably the case. However, what do we think of the model? It looks very cool. Does it? It doesn't scream Necrons to me, but then how do we know what Necrons are going to be looking like in the future? You know, how their tech develops. As I said, I'm not really sure if it screams Necrons to me. I'm not really sure if I like it or not. One thing I've found with models, with miniatures, is it's very difficult to pass judgment with just a picture. What I find is until you've actually built and painted the miniature, I think that is the time that you can pass judgments, because I've had miniatures I've thought I don't like the look of that. I built it, I painted it, and then all of a sudden I like it. So I am passing judgment, but it's great to see another unit with a big gun. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the chat. Do you like the look of that thing, whatever it is? Do you like it? War of the Worlds, maybe? Okay, we've got 61 people watching. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button for me because it really helps me out. Okay, let's move along, and I am going to move along to this thing, which is very blurry in the background. What is that? Let's just see if we can zoom in a bit more. I don't know if you can see that on your screen, but here we've got a figure. Now, my guess is it could be a Necron assassin of some description. He's very much in the background. He's very much a little tidbit from Games Workshop. He's not in the foreground. So I think that might be a little surprise thing. There is the possibility that it could be a flayed one, because he is sort of stooping and he's got that flayed one sort of leg design. So maybe flayed ones. What do you think? Let me know. Okay, flayed one Lord. There you go. It could be a flayed one Lord. That would make sense. I like these 2 walkers. Half-Life 2. He hasn't got flesh on him though. He hasn't got flesh. True. But then he may not have to have flesh. He just sends his flayed ones out to do it. I think it's the Seroptic missed that. Plastic flayed ones. We apparently are getting flayed ones. They're just not featured here. I'm just grabbing some coffee. Okay. Now the other thing I want to look at is, let me scroll down a bit, is the monolith. Well, potentially the monolith. Now I said in my video, excuse me, that I really liked this model, and I said I really liked the orb. However, I was looking at the blurry image, and the blurry image, I liked that orb. This sharp image, I don't think I do. It looks like a golf ball. I've changed my mind. Yeah, now seeing this nice sharp image, I'm not sure I like that monolith much, actually. As I said, it's hard to say without having the model and seeing it. I mean, it's cool because it means that monoliths are going to get good rules, which is absolute plus. A part of me likes this model and a part of me doesn't. Is that black stone in it? It could be, because it's got that colour and it's got the like damaged stone. Obviously, the Silent King is bringing something back with him from wherever he's been, that's for sure. What do you think, guys, of this monolith? Let me know in the comments. Do you like it? What do you think of what I'm now deeming the golf ball as a crystal? Do you like it? Let me know, because I'm very interested. When I saw the blurry image, I liked it. Now I've seen it sharp, I'm not so sure. I like it. I love it. Hope there is an option for the monolith gate. Yeah, that would be cool. There's currently a warrior coming out of it, but I assume that's not part of the kit. I'd like to buy the I will never buy that monolith. I don't like it. I really love the portal for the ball. I'm not sure. Yeah, mixed feelings, yeah. I've got 2 of the old monoliths. I do want another one to give me 3. My plan, well, I'll talk about my plan for the new models and the channel in a bit, but let's continue to have a look at this. So zooming in more, I've got a Triarch Stalker there, just at the back. And then right at the back there, we've got another monolith. Now this is what's interesting me here. Now, Games Workshop in the previews, we're talking about terrain and how terrain is going to be a big thing. And we all know why Games Workshop will make terrain a big thing. It's because they like selling terrain, which I don't mind, because if they're making Necron terrain, awesome. Now, is this a piece of Necron terrain? What do you think, terrain? And hold on, let's scroll over to this side. We'll talk about the Silent King in a minute, but look at this here. This with the ball. Is that just artwork, or is that a piece of terrain that we are going to get? What do you think? Terrain or just artwork? They look like art, not models. Indeed, they could be art that will turn into models, maybe. That's artwork. Yeah, I think this is artwork. What about this side? Do you think that's artwork? Could be, I suppose. Anyway, it's just something which I spotted, which no one else has talked about, so I thought I would just bring it up. Okay, let's have a look at this guy here who, well, we almost certainly think is a Catan, and the likelihood is it's probably the Void Dragon, but who knows. Now, this model is obviously floating on these tendrils, and he's got a very long tail. Look at that. So it is definitely a dragon-esque type miniature, and of course it's got these big wings just here. Looks very, very cool. Again, from the blurry image which I had before, I couldn't really comment too much on it. But now with this sharp image, yeah, it looks awesome. It looks possibly a little fragile, but actually, to be fair, a lot of these new Necron models, they look quite fragile anyway, so you're going to have to take a lot of care with them. But what do you think? Do you think this is the Void Dragon, or do you think it's another Catan? Is it the Nightbringer? I don't think it's the Nightbringer. It's got wings. Well, a form of wings. It looks like it's got electrical currents or something going like in between the wings there. Right, so look at the comments. Imprisoned in metal and so. I think it's, oh wow, so many comments. Nagash 40k, haha. Nightbringer's got a scythe. He's got a spear. True. He looks like he has a scythe. Yeah, absolutely. I think the Nightbringer comment was from the blurry images. I think now that we can see it's properly. Void Dragon. The lore of the Void Dragon does state he's slowly escaping. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if there's ever a Catan to come back, I think the Void Dragon is the one, probably more than anything. Okay, so that is him. Now let's have a look at the king himself. There he is, as they say. Whoop, there he is. Now, this thing at the top is the thing that really draws my eye. What a great way to finish this model off. I think it really, really helps him. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit more. So he doesn't have a bottom half. He is just, well, it appears to be a Catan trapped. And my bet is, because if you look at this miniature, it pretty much has no guns. I mean, they've just got staffs. I mean, these shields, I suppose, could be guns. But my bet is this Catan is basically the weapon. So he's using the Catan power and he's going to unleash it. So that will be the Silent King's weapon. He'll have Catan powers or Catan-like powers, maybe. What do you think? Do you think I might be right there? Now, in terms of the Silent King himself, I suppose, I mean, he's very big by the looks of it. He's twice the size of these guys. I mean, how big do you want him? I mean, that's obviously why they put him on the throne, because if they made him this size, the throne size, it might look a little bit ridiculous. I think he's very cool. I like this really long cloak that he's got. That is super cool. And yeah, the fact that obviously he's on his throne and he's got his little sidekicks there. I'm liking it. I'm very much looking forward to having this model and painting it. These things on the side are very interesting. They definitely do not look like they're connected. They seem to have their own base, which I'm assuming they're going to be like a shield for these. So I'd imagine you have to keep them within 3 inches or something, maybe 6 inches, or it's deployed as a unit. And I'd imagine you take wounds off of there first. But what do you think? Do you like it? Do you like this guy? The king be like, let's us be Necron guards, I think. The comments sadly fade away quite quickly on my phone. I'm sorry about that. Okay, let's scroll some more. So let's come down. So we've got the what looks to be the other build of this creature. So interestingly, this creature has 4 legs and it has this sort of head, which reminds me a bit of the Seraptic. So it's got a bit of a Seraptic feel. I wonder if the name is going to be the something Seraptic, you know? So maybe keeping the Seraptic theme. Not so sure I like this big thing on its back. It's a totally new aesthetic for Necrons. I mean, you've got to like it. I mean, it's a big walkery thing, and it's very cool. It's very different from anything else in both the Necron armies and in 40k, which I think you've got to love. I mean, it's pushing the boundaries of what we've got. Potentially fragile model. Like I said, I think they're all going to be fragile. So you've got the faithful Cryptek there with his spider, and then we've got our Immortals at the back. So Immortals are still in. You'll notice that they've got Gauss weapons, but everything in this army, well, seems to have Gauss. And that doesn't necessarily mean that Tesla isn't around anymore, but my bet 100% is that Tesla will not be as good as it is now, and that Gauss will be the better weapon option. And obviously the reason for that is they want everyone who's bought and built their Immortals with Gauss, with Tesla, will now have to go out and buy some Gauss Immortals. That will be the plan anyway. Well, that's my bet. And then we have some Praetorians, and of course the Warriors, which, as I said in one of my other videos, we've got mixed guns. So we've got the Reaper gun and the Flayer gun. That could just be showcasing them, but my guess is we'll be able to take mixed guns, which could be very useful. It'd be like taking Tyranid Gants. You can have like Devourers and the Spine Fists and stuff on there. Do Immortals have updated models? They look the same. No, they're the same. I mean, Immortals aren't actually that old. They're a pretty new miniature. Nick, do you think we're getting away from hover and going more walkers? I don't think we are totally going away from hover, but I think the Silent King's been up to something, and obviously the walker design is heavily influenced in the new range. However, there are still some hover stuff. I mean, this guy here, no, not this guy, where is it? This guy here, hovering, no, he's not even hovering as he is on his little leg things. For a minute, I thought he was on a stand. Okay, where are we? So, Warriors we've done. Right, this guy we've seen before. So this is the new Soroptic Lord, whatever it's called, Sorptech Lord guy. And then here. Who is this? What is this? He doesn't seem to have legs. Am I wrong? He seems like he's just got like a spine coming down attached to the base. Or does he have legs? Let me know in that chat box. Does he have legs? A Cryptek. He could be a Cryptek. He's got a very unusual pose. I'm not a fan of this pointy finger. Or is he a new plastic? Maybe one of the new characters, but now made in plastic. Possibly. I can't see legs. No, I cannot see legs. Techmandrite for me, at least a new Cryptic. Yeah. Now, whilst this is quite exciting, to be fair, probably my least favourite model out of the lot. Not a huge fan of that. What the hell are these things behind? What are these? They have flayed one claws. Are they new flayed ones? They've got very unusual bodies. I don't know who's imagined these things up, but they look weird. Are they drones? Maybe, but surely they're not drones with claws. Now Production says, go check out Baltimore's Guide to Warhammer. I doubt it. Walking jet engines. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what to say about these things. I wonder if they're like buzz droids where they can retract their heads and then their legs go up into the body and then they just go onto the floor and they protect themselves like a tortoise. What is with them? Oh, I haven't got a clue, but the base seems to be quite big and they're bigger than those warriors there, if this is in scale. So a new unit, potentially another new unit. Look to the left of the monolith. Yeah, we've done that already. Yeah, that's this guy here. He looks totally different though. Okay, so that's them, and we come to, ta-da! The new destroyer, or potentially heavy destroyer. And he's got a lot of gun rods there. So if there's 3 this side, 3 the other side, that's 6. That's a meaty gun. I'm half wondering if this is a heavy destroyer. And there's only one of them, which would make sense that it's a single heavy destroyer. Do I like it? Do I like it? I'm a huge fan of the old destroyer model. As you know, what size base? I can't tell. It's similar to a flying base, maybe. I'm glad that he's got the hover base still, and it's obviously an updated version. It's definitely got more detail. There's an orb on the back, and you've got the symbols, so you don't have to use transfers, which is great to see. And yeah, I mean, who's not going to like it? It does look very cool. I have actually ordered, which I did just when lockdown started, 3 more destroyers because I've currently got 9 and I wanted 12. So I should have 12 of the old destroyers, which will give me 2 units of 6. So I'll be quite happy to have a unit of 6 of these new destroyers just to complete my 3 of every unit collection. What do you think? Do you like it? Obviously no green rods, but we know that's happening. I think every unit that's got green rods is going. Okay, right, let's just zoom out a bit so I can get my bearings of what we've been looking at so far. So we looked at that, so we looked at that. Space Marines we do not want to look at. And that is everything. So we looked at everything. Going into the monolith a bit more. These are quite interesting guns, aren't they? These ones here. They look half like a Doomsday gun, but they also half look like a particle gun. They certainly look very different. They don't look like Gauss, which is obviously what you would normally have on the sides here. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the chat, see how we're doing. So these changes are what I wanted in 5th edition reboot versus the old barges. Particle casters, it could be. The Catan could be a Lash. The Endless Swarm, as the Silent King mentioned him. Okay. Noses and Warriors, best part. I don't sort of mind the nose. I think it was the mouth that did it for me. But then the warriors in the video seem to be painted totally different to the images. On the images, they're not that bad. I think I'm going to pass judgment when I see the model itself, because like I said, I mean, in that video, it's very, very close up, and also it's obviously been painted in a particular way. So I'm going to wait. Okay, so my plans. And actually, one thing why I've titled this video is Necrons Will Never Look the Same. And yeah, look at that. That looks like a totally different army to Necrons. I mean, the aesthetics are totally different. Now, I'm an old school player, as you know. I've been playing since 2001, and I love my Necrons, as you know. And I have to be honest, if I didn't have the YouTube channel, I don't know how I would be feeling right now. With the YouTube channel, I'm feeling very excited, and I am going to embrace this new Necron release to the best of my ability. I plan to get as many of the new miniatures as I can. I'm going to feature them on the channel, build them, convert them, magnetize them, paint them, battle reports with them. I'm incredibly enthusiastic about that. However, old Nick, before YouTube, how would I feel about these Necrons? I think I would be, I don't know, I'm just not sure, because usually I don't like change, and I've always said, you know, I like the Necron destroyers, I hope they don't change them. I like the warriors, I hope they don't change them. I can see from both sides of the fence, I suppose you could say, especially people who've just bought their models, like their warriors and etc. I mean, I've had my warriors now for like 18 years, so yeah, maybe it's time I did update them. But yeah, if you just bought all your stuff and now it's all changed, could be different. There's definitely a lack of Tesla in there, and I think Tesla rules will go down the ladder compared to the Gauss. But yeah, so that's really all I wanted to talk about in this video, really just chat about the last few days and a closer look at this image, which I wasn't able to cover fully in the videos you've just seen. Of course, I will be making a lot more videos. Now, I am going to halt, which you've probably already seen, the tactical videos on the channel, which I've stopped doing them a little while ago, with the announcements of potential 9th edition coming, because there's no point making tactical videos for 8th edition now when 9th is on the way. So you will still see obviously videos. I've got a battle report coming up, which is the video that was due up today. So I'll either schedule that for, I think, maybe Thursday or possibly next Monday. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that. And that is another Necrons versus Necrons battle report. I will reveal it now. It is Mefret Dynasty versus Novok Dynasty. It's a fun game. I think you'll enjoy it. And I've got my Necron bridge out on the table. So yeah, I hope you enjoy that when it comes out. So I'll obviously be covering more videos about A, 9th edition, and B, of course, the new Necrons. So I hope you stay tuned. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, then please subscribe and hit the bell button to turn on all notifications. Thank you everyone for joining me in this live stream. Beam me up.